Alors, les nombres de 31 à 201, pardon. Numbers in French are a lot more complicated than they are in English. We just do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and then we start all over. And it's pretty simple in English. In French, it's a little more complicated. We already did 1 up to 20, up to 30, and that wasn't too bad. But when they get to 31, it's always 30 and 1. Same thing, if you're talking 40, it would be 40 and 1, 41. So repeat after me, 31. And then we have 30, and then we have 40, 50, 60. So far, it's not too bad. 30, 40, 50, 60. Makes sense. And like I said, if we have 31, it's 31. For 40, it would be 41 for 41. For 51, it would be 51. After that, it's just pretty normal. We say 32, 33, 34. They would say 32, 33, 34, all the way up to 39 before getting to 40. 41, 42, 43, all the way up to 49 before we get to 50. Same thing. So through 69, it's not too bad. It's pretty similar to English. But then we get to 70. And instead of saying 70, they say 60, 10. 60 plus 10 equals 70. So it's 70. Go ahead and repeat, 70. And then we have 71, 60 and 11. And then we have 72 for 72, 60, 12. So you're going to have to be able to do the math. So if you want to say 75, you have to say 75, 60, 15. Or if you want to say 78, you're going to have to say 60, 18, 78. So you got to really know those first numbers 1 through 20, or else you're going to have a really hard time with numbers 70 through 100. So if you haven't reviewed that lately, I would definitely go back and really get to know those teens numbers. For 80, 80 is literally 4 20s. A long time ago, if you think about Abraham Lincoln, 4 score years ago, it was 4 20s 80 years ago, right? So 80 is 4 20s. 81 is 81, 421. And then for 85, it would be 85. For 88, it would be 88. Okay? So 425, 428. So you're going to have to be able to do some math in your head here. And then it gets even more complicated to get to 90. We just say 90, but they say 90, 420, 10. 4 times 20 is 80, plus 10 equals 90. For 91, it's 91, 420 and 11. And as you can imagine, for 92, it's going to be 92. And for 95, it's going to be 95. And for 99, it's going to be 99, 420, 19. So really review those teen numbers so that you're ready to do all this math when you get into these higher numbers. And then once we get to 100, it's just 100. This one's easy to remember. How many cents are in a dollar? 100 cents, right? Or what's a century? A century is 100 years. The pronunciation is 100. So for 101, it's 101. Make sure you're careful. There's no liaison here. You do not say the T. It's 101. And then it's just pretty normal. You just do all the normal counting up until 199 would be 199, and then we get to 200, 201, and so on. So it's complicated, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad, but you do need to practice. So I strongly recommend you practice really hard on these.